Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing this wonderful Monday morning? Hope you had a great weekend. My name is Magdalene Adenike, and I am the CEO of Magdalene Adenike, where I work with women who are stuck in the jobs they hate and tired, and they want to leave and start their own thing. Women who are looking to work on their mindset and limiting beliefs that are holding them in one position. I am also the CEO of Music Relief Foundation, where we work with young people to unleash their creative spirit in order for them to run after whatever it is they aspire for and have that confidence to do so. Today I want to talk to us about drop the dead weights. Drop the dead weights. I thought of this topic and I was like, shall I do this, shall I not do it? But I think it's the perfect one to do today, being the 9th of January 2017. You know, sometimes in life we carry a lot of baggages along with us. It could be physical baggage, it could be mental baggage, but there's so many baggage, and those things begin to act as an hindrance to where we need to get to, because we get to a certain point in our lives and we decide that, okay, it's time for us to begin to have that shift in life. But because of those dead weights around us, we're not able to move as we're supposed to do. And then we find ourselves just dwindling in one same position, and then after a while frustration kicks in and you become desperate. You want to move, but you just don't know how to move because you haven't actually dropped the dead weights. So let's focus on the mental aspect of things now. What are those dead weights? What are those limiting beliefs? What are those things that have been said to you? What are those things you have been saying to yourself that has been acting as a deterrent to you actually going forward and achieving what you need to achieve? Those are the dead weights I'm talking about. The things that have held you in one position and is refusing to let you go. You need to sit down and begin to decipher what is it that needs to stay with you and what needs to go, especially in this new year. This year is too precious. You have to understand that this year, the place that we're in and at this particular moment in time, is a time of restoration, is a time of excelling, is a time of explosion. Until you have that in your mindset, you continue to operate in the same limiting beliefs that you've always been operating. We are in such a pivotal time of the year that it's time for us to now explode. It's now time for us to go back to whatever it is we used to do before, had passion in doing, and then begin to grow and develop in that. We need to learn how to drop the dead weights. We have to be laser focused. This is the time to be laser focused. You can't allow people that are not in the same journey as you to distract you. You can't allow people that have been there to pull you and to suck, in a sense, suck your blood dry to continue along your journey. It can't be anymore. You have to now wake up and say to yourself, am I going to continue as I've done in previous years? Or am I actually going to wake up and say to myself, it's time to move. It's time to change. It's time to have that mindset shift. It's time for me to make that shift from being everybody's person to become my own person in order for me to achieve what I need to achieve. Because sometimes in life, because it comes to a point that people say, oh, this person is very reliable. We can always count on them. You're trying to do something and somebody just calls you, oh, sorry, can you help me do this? And before it's always been, oh, okay, but you know you have to do something. There's something so pivotal and important for you to do. But the people keep knowing, because they know they can always call you at the last minute to do something, or because they know that they say you're not doing anything, so you can just jump and do this and jump and do that. And that has been holding you down. It's now time to start telling people no, where you've been saying yes, because now it's time for you to become laser focused in order for you to achieve your own goals. Because if you don't, I've been saying this before and I'll keep saying it, December 31st is going to come and you're going to find yourself in the same position. You're going to find yourself in a position that you really hate yourself for it. So it's now time to begin to drop all those dead weights. You're not trying to be evil to people, but it's now time for you to focus on yourself. You have to build your own self. What is it that you want? What is it that you're aspiring to become? You have to now become laser focused, and being laser focused, it will open up a new avenue for you to begin to reach out to people that will help you to get from point A to point B. But until you're laser focused, everything and anyone will do. Until you drop that dead weight, those dead weights that have been standing in the place of opposition. They have been opposing your place, your growth, opposing that which you need to do, in a sense of hindering you, hampering you, telling you, or making you feel that you're not capable of doing it when you are more than capable. There's a thing that says practice makes perfect. Until you practice, you never know. Until you actually begin to practice and say, okay, it's now time for me to implement what I've learned. You've gone to all these workshops, you've gone to all these networking events, you've gone to all these trainings. Then what? What do you do with them? You can't do anything with them if you still have those limiting beliefs around you. You can't do anything with them if you have those people around you say, oh, there, it's okay. You can store that till when you're, I don't know, when you're much later. Just that's a hobby that you can do later on. Just focus on whatever it is you're doing now. At least you need to pay the bills. Nothing wrong with paying the bills. But then are you having joy inside? Is there any joy within you whilst doing that job? You can still be doing that job because you need to pay the bills, obviously. But then what are you doing to develop yourself on a daily basis? We're in a new year. This year is so ripe for the picking. It's there for everybody. It's a new year. So in a sense, we've been given a blank check. We've been able to cross over into a new year. So we've been given a blank check to cross into this year. What are you going to do? What figures are you going to write in that check? How are you going to fill out that check? What are you going to do for your life this year that's different from last year? What consciousness are you going to come into that say, you know what, it's time for me to stop wasting time? Did you get that? It's time for me to stop wasting time, because now I have to become laser focused in order for me to achieve what it is I need to achieve. Not want to, but need to. There's a difference between needing and wanting. What I need to achieve. And if it's a case that I'm going to have to drop some certain people, I'm going to have to drop some certain ways, then so be it. Because what you're doing, you're on the journey of self-development. You're on the journey of transformation. You're on the journey of building your self-esteem and your confidence. And that automatically equates to building your self-worth. Because if you're able to carry yourself as a person that says, you know what, I know who I am. I am wonderful, I am important, and I'm successful. And you keep saying that to yourself, you will get to your end goal, whatever your end goal may be. You may fall along the way, but that's okay, because you have that goal that is implemented at the back of your head. It's like tattooed at your head, and you can see it daily. You keep going, you keep going. So yes, you're falling down. You pick up yourself. You don't allow that fall to hold you in that place. You pick up yourself. You dust off everything that you need to dust off and say, okay, what do I need to learn from that, and how can I move on? This is the year for us to run. This is the year for us to really scale to the next level. We need to drop the dead weights. I don't know what your dead weight is. I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth. But you know what your dead weight is. It could be people, family or friends, whomever they may be to you. It could be just situation around you. It could be just you need to physically go into your house and begin to take all this clutter that you've been piling and piling and piling. And it just seems like, because they're piling up, they've piled up so much and they've taken up a massive space in your house, and you just don't have room, and you feel so congested with all that. It just could be anything, but you need to drop the dead weight. It could be the mental aspect of things, in the sense of what you've been said, what has said to you, what people have been saying to you, and has now built a whole massive wall around you that you're no longer able to operate outside of those kind of limiting beliefs. You need to drop the dead weight. It is now time to drop the dead weight. You can't afford to go through this fresh year with the same limiting beliefs that you had in 2017. You can't afford to go through this year with the same limiting beliefs that you had in 2015 and previous years. You can't afford to go through this year with the same people that are not taking you anywhere. You know you have something greater deposited in you, but because of the people that are around you, you don't feel the ability, or you don't feel you're not able to express yourself in a manner that you want to express yourself. You're not able to think and really put things down. You need to drop those people around you. That's just the simple truth. You have to drop them. People may say all manner of things, but remember the saying, sticks and bones may break my bones. But words, I can't remember where it goes, but basically the point I'm trying to bring across is that the words that they say to you, in as much that you may feel hurt about it, because words can be very painful, but you have to come to a point of saying, you know what, I'm on a journey of self-development. You may not see it now, but actually what I'm doing by developing myself, I'm in turn also trying to help you develop yourself. Because they may not see it, because they'll be like, what, you feel you're too good for us now? Do you feel you're too good? That's what some people may say. They may say all manner of things, but you have to get to the point that you say, you know what, I'm not trying to say I'm too good for you. I'm just saying that I just need to change. I need to change my lifestyle. I need to change. There's something more that I know I need to be doing that I'm not yet doing. And that's what you need to start getting to that point to. Drop the dead weight. We're still in January. This is just this is just the 9th of January. Drop the dead weight so that people don't hold you back, so that your limiting beliefs don't hold you back, so that everything around you that has been acting as a hindrance to your progress no longer hold you back. You have to get to that point. You have to get, and this is an individualized race. No one else can do it for you. You have to be able to do it yourself. You have to get to the point of saying to yourself, that's it. I'm Magdalene. So I'll say to myself, Magdalene, it's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. You can't keep blaming everybody else when you are not doing anything. Because what you're doing, if you're blaming other people, you can't blame them because you allow them to come into your space and to bring about all their toxin to your life. And then in exchange for it, you feel so deflated. You feel so frustrated. You feel so as if you're desperate for change, but you just don't know how to come out of it. Because while you've allowed those people to come in with such toxic messages, toxic inputs into your life, and your spirit has taken it. But you now have to put your foot down and say to yourself, enough is enough. It's now time for me to work on me. Whatever that may look like to you, it's now time for you to say to yourself, enough is enough. I have to start working on me because I desire that change. And believe you me, once you start to implement that change in your life, it's like a boomerang effect. It begins to spill over onto other people. It spills over to other people. So you're working at change and you're throwing out positivity. You're throwing out a new set of mindset. You're throwing out the fact that you're possible. Anything is possible. As you're throwing it out to people, people are catching it and throwing it back to you. And that's how it works. People are throwing back to you that same positivity, that same energy that you require. So it's a going backwards and forward thing, and it's working. That's how people network, and you change the set of people that you have around you now. Because now before you were with people that were just, and I says not going anywhere. People who are just coming with such poisonous message around you and has been pulling you down. But because now you're now developing yourself and working yourself, you're changing the people around you. You're changing your surrounding. You're changing your network. And transformation begins to occur in your life. It's baby steps. But you're getting there. Because you have consciously decided that enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough of watching such toxic program that does not build you. Enough of listening to such music that pulls you down, especially pulling women down, and says all manner of negativity concerning women. Enough of listening to the lies that people have been telling you. It's now time for you to say, you know what? I am possible. I am possible, irrespective of the fact that whether you have tried before and you have failed and people have told you, oh, you see, we told you, we knew it would never work. It does not matter. It does not matter. Do you know what success is? Success means failing and trying again. When you fail and you remain in that position, then you are a failure. But when you fail and you say to yourself, I'm going to pick myself up, I'm going to try again, then you're on your road to success. Because by so doing, for you to get to a point of being a great leader, you need to have something that you're able to relate with. You have to have something called relatability. Because somebody else will be in that position, and they be in that position of they failed. How are you able to relate with them if you as a person has never been through it yourself? That's how you begin to inspire people. And by so inspiring people, you begin to bring about that transformation that they desperately need. But it all starts with you saying to yourself, I am possible, and I'm going to drop all the dead weights around me. I'm going to drop everybody that is around me that does not bring any positive input into my life. And that's what I'm here to tell you today. Drop the dead weights. This is Monday morning. Drop the dead weight. If you need to start doing so this today, the first day of the week, then start doing so, because it is Monday morning. The time for a change is now. Don't leave it for tomorrow because you're not sure about tomorrow. You are sure of today and the now. Start working on the now. Start implementing what you need to implement in order for you to drop all those dead weights around you. You're not telling them I don't want to be, especially if they're people. You're not saying to them, I no longer want to be around. You're not saying to them, I hate you. But you're just saying to them, I can't be around you at this particular moment in time because I need to work on myself. And believe you, they may not understand it. They may not even like you for it. But they will thank you for it later. They will thank you. If not all of them, one or two people will come back and say thank you, because they will be watching you and seeing the steps you've been taking. They'll be watching you and seeing you working in your vision board. They'll be watching you, seeing you writing things down. They'll be watching you, seeing you putting things on the wall and keep saying to yourself those affirmations, those confessions that you're saying to yourself. They'll be watching you, seeing you doing that little thing that you need to do daily in order to bring about the transformation in your life. If it's a case that you just need to declutter your wardrobe because you've got clothes that you've had from your childhood and you're refusing to let go, those are simple baby steps, because it's refreshing, because it's like a window that's open and a fresher breath air coming. It's just like whoosh coming in, because you're changing, you're working, you're saying, you know what, I need to just change. You're hungry for change. You're hungry for change. You can't put the blame on somebody else and say, I came to you, I want to change, and you didn't do anything. No. That person has done what he or she needs to do. You need to now implement what they said to you. So you can't blame anybody else. You have to look inwards. 80% of the work for transformation starts with the individual. Inward is an inside-out job. You can't put all your concerns, all your cares, and your problems on somebody else and expect that person to be a miracle worker. That person's a human being like yourself. That person's not God. So they can't wave a magic wand and change your life. No, you need to work on yourself. And one of the first things you need to say to yourself is that I am possible. The second thing, begin to drop the dead weights, whatever those dead weights may be around you. It's high time that we now begin to focus on ourselves and become laser focused to get us from where we need to get from point A to point B. It's time to make the shift. It's time to shift. It's time to make the change. Stop complaining. Stop complaining. There's a saying that says you complain and you remain. You complain. So what have you done with that complaining now? What has happened? What change has occurred as a result of that complaint? Nothing. If anything, you've just given yourself a headache and just annoyed people around you. Stop complaining and start to implement change that you want to see. In order for you to see the change that you're talking about, start it from yourself. Implement it from within yourself. It's now time you start to do something. Stop blaming other people. Stop the blame game. The blame game doesn't work. It does not work, because what it's doing is just shifting. You're just shifting the focus from yourself to somebody else, while really and truly the focus needs to be on you and work on you and change you. Drop the dead weights. I have a program that's coming up shortly. I'm so excited about this program. It's called 6 Weeks Preparation for the Shift. And this program is particularly targeted to people, to women especially, who are at jobs and they hate those jobs. Not that the job is not paying well, but they've gotten to the point that, just like myself, and they just really want to focus on their passion, because they, like myself, they do it at the weekends or in the evenings, and now it's like the job has become a hindrance to them, and they just really want to focus on that. So that's a program that's coming out shortly. But for others who are saying, no, I'm not in that point, I actually want to coach because I have so many things, I'm stuck in a place, do reach out to me. Let's begin to work. 2017 is the year of restoration, is a year of explosion, and is a year of saying to yourself that you are possible. My name is Magdalene Adenike, and I am the CEO of Magdalene Adenike, where I coach women who are stuck in the jobs they hate and they want to leave and start their own thing. Women who are looking to change their mindset to get from point A to point B. I am also the CEO of Music Relief Foundation, where we work with young people to unleash their creative spirit in order for them to push and strive for whatever it is. It may not be musically inclined, but it could be anything. Whatever it is that they want to aspire, but having that confidence to do so. Until next time, have a great day.